This is what may be causing you with these lingering injuries like shin splints, like Achilles tendonitis, any type of tendonitis, low back pain, shoulder pain. A lot of it stems from inflammation and the chronic ones especially. So let's go over what is inflammation first and start from there. Inflammation is just a protective response that your body does to something harmful. So that could be a cut, a bruise, an injury, or anything of the sort where your body senses harm, even sicknesses and viruses and things like that. So inflammation is just a response your body has to something it's trying to fix. So most of the time people start with just acute inflammation. So just to run down inflammation, how that still works specifically for acute injuries. So say, this guy right here cut his knee. So what your body is going to do is send white blood cells to that area, which sending those white blood cells is going to open up your capillaries, which is going to allow more blood in there, specifically blood plasma. So it's going to attack that area with blood because blood is the main nutrients of the body and the main way to heal anything in your body. Plus, blood fights off any infections and everything as well. Say if something got inside there, your blood is fighting to take that off as well. So that's why it also causes swelling, because swelling stems from a lot of fluid in that area. So your body's sending more and more fluid because that's what's going to help it, which causes swelling, which is normal. You want inflammation in your body when you have an injury right away because it's your body's response to attacking that, but you want that to subside. But a lot of times with people with chronic problems or injuries that can't go away, there's still inflammation in there, either where it's still swollen or there's like it's almost you can't see it, but you could feel it. It doesn't feel right. It just feels like you haven't fully unlocked your body yet. So uh, chronic inflammation is a whole different thing. Chronic inflammation can hinder your body's ability to heal and anything of the sort like that. When you have chronic inflammation, when it turns from acute inflammation to chronic inflammation, it's inflammation in the body for months and even years. And that could totally affect so many more things just than your body's ability to recover. It can worsen pain, give cardiovascular diseases. It could cause depression and hinder neurological recovery. So you could just be recovering at a way lower level than you can be if you just have less inflammation. But a lot of people don't even know what that is and how to kind of counteract that. So how do I counteract inflammation? How to reduce inflammation? How do I reduce? How do I reduce, reuse, recycle this? Because I want to take this out. I don't want this here. Whoa, I didn't know inflammation was bad for me. I don't know I have inflammation. A lot of people have inflammation. It's not a secret anymore in the data and everything. But that may be the stem of your problem. So how do I reduce that? How do I get it out of here? First is myofascial release. So getting a tennis ball, I preferably like a tennis ball, but lacrosse ball is cool. Even like a little spiky ball to release that connective tissue and move things around because that would give it a massage-like effect and get more blood flow in there and get your tissue moving in the right way. Because if you aren't really moving your tissue around and you aren't getting that stimulus, it's your body doesn't know that, to reduce that inflammation. If you're just kind of sitting there, not doing anything and you're in pain, your body's just going to keep doing what it's doing if you don't help it. So getting myofascial release, getting a massage, massaging yourself in these areas is going to be huge. Number two is blood flow. Same thing, kind of like the myofascial release. If you get blood flow to that area, so say if you have Achilles tendonitis, like an isometric hold, just with the body weight, it's going to be clean. Or with the isometric with your knee over your toe for your knee, it's going to be great. Or even just going backwards for your knee, ankle, foot is going to be key as well. Because when you get inflammation, it gets blood in that area. But when you have chronic inflammation, it's just inflamed with just crappy, not good cells and tissues. So getting more blood flow in there and flushing all that old stuff out is going to be key to getting your body to a point where you can start feeling better. But some people have, they'll do those two things and they still have these problems. A big part of it is your diet, eating the right foods and eating less food that is inflammatory, like seed oils and different type of carbs and different things like that. If it's pretty natural, it's going to be fine. But a lot of the food now, especially in America, causes a lot of inflammation. There's studies out there that 99.5% of people in America fail their omega 3 to 6 ratio, which having a good omega 3 to 6 ratio is key and important because that is the contributor to actual inflammation in your body. So a lot of Americans have 1 to 20, 1 to 40, which revolves around your diet. But all in all, you want to get the ratio of your omega 3 and 6 closer together, plus with all these other things you're doing. Their studies showed that a soccer team was taking an actual good fish oil, which is helps balance out your 3 to 6 ratio. They were taking the supplement for 120 days and they reduced their inflammation by 70%, which decreased their injury rate by more than 50%. If you're able to reduce your injury rate by 50%, you should be doing this thing. And a lot of even these people who are professional athletes, who are soccer players, who are, athletic people who are eating right, doing the right things, training every day, they had bad omega 3 and 6. So if you're not on that level and you're actually trying to get better and you haven't looked into this, this is something that is going to be key for you to get that more imbalanced. So that's either eating a lot of grass-fed food like beef, steak, or salmon, or any type of fish, getting sardines, tuna, a lot of fish foods, mussels, oysters. It's going to be huge, but a lot of people don't consume that much fish or that much seafood because they just don't cook it that often or they don't like it or whatever. So a good supplement to have is a fish oil, which you want to make sure you get a good one because if you don't, it actually does the opposite. It brings more inflammation in your body because that oil or that pill actually goes rancid. It oxidizes in your body. So your body's over here fighting like a shit thing that you just took while trying to correct your injuries and things like that. There's even a use case of a good fish oil, specifically a brand called Zinzino, that a player that had chronic shin splints for 4 years has tried all the exercises, has done all these other things, have done all the therapy, but he started taking an actual fish oil to get his omega 3 and 6 balance so he could reduce inflammation in his body. And within a month he was shin splints free. So if you aren't doing anything for your omega 3 and 6 to be balanced, you're missing a lot on the table, and this could be the missing link for your body and for your injuries that you've been having, all the tendonitis, all the ankle pain, all the foot pain, all the knee pain, all the back pain, all those other little things that are coming up has to do with inflammation and your body's ability to reduce, reuse, and take it out. So that's inflammation, and that's how you'd be able to reduce that and actually use your body more effectively through workouts, through myofascial release, through diet, and get one of the most biggest contributor of injuries away from your body and your body able to actually heal itself.